Hey. Before I begin, I would like to thank my family and friends for being there for me through it all. And I would like to thank the faculty and staff who dedicate their time and lives to guiding us, especially Lauren, Lori, Nicole, Melissa, Maggie, and all the other faculty members who let me call them by their first names. Hi, Miss Uniac. I'd like to thank the custodians for making this event happen. Thank you 5/9 of the Supreme Court for yesterday's ruling, and I would especially like to thank Leslie, Alicia, Dea, and Allie, because without them I would not be here today. I suppose I'll get right to the point. I will not miss much about high school. The past month in particular, it has felt more and more like one extra large group text message with Josh Buckley being the only one still talking, while the rest of us try to figure out how to leave. I'm not going to miss getting locked out of the front entrance of the school, even though it's somehow safer. And I'm not going to miss different bell schedules every day with different standardized tests every week. I'm not going to miss the kids who broke the Super Smash Bros. Disc in the senior lounge. Shame on you. I'm not going to miss the freshmen in gym class reminding me why we never talk about our freshman year. I'm not going to miss many things, and I know most of you feel the same way. But I am going to miss the people. I'd be completely lying if I told you how every single one of you is wonderful and brilliant and compassionate and equal to Beyonce. And I would be completely lying if I told you how I'll miss every single one of you. Because that just isn't the case. I haven't had the opportunity to connect with you all. I haven't had the privilege of seeing life from your perspectives. But for the select few people here to whom I have grown close, I'm going to miss you so very much. The school may be a monotonous lot of pale bricks, but the people who walk through it are something more. The fact that I have only been exceptionally close with a handful of people lends itself to one of the major flaws our society has dictated to us, a habit I want you all to break. We are led to believe that any emotional connection with another human has to lead to romance, which is a blatant fallacy. We are afraid to show any level of intimacy, any level of trust and openness that is necessary in fostering the deep connections that drive the force of life. And as a result, we are led to believe that skinny loves of friendships are the norm. Boys and girls can't be close friends unless they're dating. Boys and boys can't be close friends out of some apparent threat to masculinity, and so on. We are expected to find deeper joys in these one-dimensional friendships, but how can that happen? How can you expect to feel alive and connected to the people you care about when you are too afraid to be vulnerable? Life doesn't spin or evolve through thinly set connections. We are emotional creatures in a connected world, and forming strong bonds with people will make you strong. I promise you. Embrace friendship with fire and no need to apologize. Tell your best friends you love them. Text them at 3 in the morning if you're just having one of those nights. Talk about your childhoods, talk about your theories, talk about your ideas. Tell them what makes you tick. Enjoy it. Sing whatever song comes on the radio, and just so you can sing the loudest, embrace it. Fall in love with the random events you share. But embrace the hard times because you are not alone. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I do not mean every single person you meet, only the people who earn your trust. If you're able to break this wall of shielded vulnerability, you can say what's on your mind, and you can ask them what's on theirs. And there is beauty in that openness. I challenge you to find the group of people that makes you fracture this trend of suppressed emotions and storms of the inner soul. I truly hope that you put in the effort into making the connections with people to free yourself from the weights of your worlds. My sophomore year, I met a small group of seniors who changed my life forever. And yes, I took 2 of the girls to prom. But beyond that, these friends have been some of the most important individuals in my life. I've laughed with them, I've cried with them, and I've shared with them as much as I have listened. As I tell you about these friends, I hope someone comes to mind for you too. I want you to let these people know just how much they mean to you. I want you to tell them how much you love and admire what they do. If we start to associate our happiness with interactions between these people in our lives, maybe then we will stop relying on money to pretend to be happy. One major lesson I've learned from happy teachers is that money is not the only way to find joy in life. In a world where so many people measure potential from the digits of our expected salaries, it's hard to believe that anyone is content with him or herself. We distract ourselves with these trivial and one-dimensional ownerships in hopes that our insides will catch on with the sentiment that money will make you happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that wealth and economic successes are terrible illnesses. However, when you need to validate your worth as a human by the amount of money in your bank account, you are missing the point. To be blunt, in the end you will die. My grandmother passed away a month ago, and I'm not telling you this for sympathy so that people will say Matt's speech was great, out of fear that I'm at that stage where I need some false praise. I'm telling you this because as I walked through rows of gravestones, as I sifted through the faceless names etched into the smooth gray canvases, the only thing that was clear to me is that everyone there was dead. The size of the headstone that you will be able to afford does not negate the fact that you will be gone. Your legacy will not transcend through trickle-down economics and trust funds. Your story will course through the people you meet throughout your life. Your passions and purposes will survive through connections with the people you love. And that is beautiful. Thank you. Good luck. Classic.